In 1990, an 8-year-old girl, Elizabeth Gary, or Lizzie, came to stay with us for 2 weeks. She came on a bus with a few dozen kids from the New York area. She was from Brooklyn and she was a peanut of a girl with a strong sense of herself and a willingness to try anything. If we went swimming in the frigid waters of Portland Harbor, she went too. If we were going sailing, she was there staring. She loved lobster, swam in Sebago Lake, met new friends, and fell headfirst into our world. She did not like the greenheads, our whole wheat bread, and dogs. The dog problem was solved pretty early on when we visited a friend with a chocolate lab, Kodiak. She struggled at first, and we thought we would have to go home, but by the end of the night it was complete love, and for years after that she took care of him when she came to stay with us. The next year she came for 1 month, and then came for the next 5 summers. When she started working in Brooklyn, she visited at the end of the summer, and eventually, when she was in high school, she managed to come every summer for at least a long weekend. I read to her every night, and she became an avid reader. I saved books for her, anything by Roald Dahl, A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, the Harry Potter series. She soaked them all up. In Lizzie's freshman year of high school, she called to tell me she'd joined the swim team. I found it so hard to believe. The only image I had of Lizzie swimming was the doggy paddle, and it always seemed like her body was weighing her down so much that her chin was the only part she was able to keep above the water. The following year, when she came to visit, she casually mentioned she was trying to perfect the butterfly, a stroke I had never been able to master. Again, I was doubtful, but the chance for her to show me came on a beautiful summer day. The water on Shebig Island was frigid. I hung back on the beach with my friend as we watched Lizzie slowly get acclimated. She splashed the cold water in her arms and jumped up and down a bit. The float that she was going to swim out to was a long way off. When she finally dove in and showed us her flawless butterfly, I cried. She had taken what we had given her, love of water, swimming, the ocean. She had made it her own. Our son was born, and she became his older sister. When it was time for her to look at colleges, Elizabeth, as she now liked to be called, looked into Colby, Bates, and Bowdoin. Her top choice was Bowdoin. They accepted her with full scholarship, and she took full advantage of her years there. She traveled to Greece with her Greek teacher. Even though she'd never played rugby, she joined the rugby team, and they took her to Ireland. She went to Europe with her school choir. She was in several plays and had a huge role in one of them. Eventually, she decided there were not enough roles for colored students, so she directed a play called For Colored Girls Who Have Considered Suicide When the Rainbow Is Enough. All the girls in the play were handpicked by Elizabeth, and it was one of the most incredible plays I've ever seen. Knowing her hurdles and the adversity that she had faced to get through 4 years of a top college, we were so proud of her on her graduation day. She struggled for a few years after college and came to live with us for a time, but she decided she wanted to become a nurse and, more specifically, a midwife. She applied to and was accepted to Columbia University, where she has completed her nursing degree. She's in the process of finishing with a specialization in labor and delivery. Again, the pride we have in her is immense. Every family should have a child like Lizzie. Of course, not everyone can take a child into their home, but there's so many ways of giving a child a helping hand and making the world a better place. When people hear our story, they always say how lucky she is. But giving is receiving. It's almost selfish, really. We are the lucky ones. Whatever we have given to Lizzie is nothing compared to what she has given us.